Yo, what up, guys? Just want to check in, make a real quick update. Not a lot to update on, just a couple little things here and there. We got, I'm not even sure what I'm updating here. I showed my gauge cluster, but it's all final installed now. Well, I shouldn't say final. I still need to hook up my turn signals. I was working on my buddy's Monte Carlo the other day, and he's doing the same thing, putting gauge clusters in. And we went ahead and tested. Shout out to Nova Two Nut. He gave me the wires that I need. He told me what color the wires are that I need to hook up my turn signals. So anyway, so we went ahead and checked him on his dash, because his dash has the same. His car's got the same wiring. So we went ahead and found those wires, and sure as shit, man, you're right. I think the dark blue one is the passenger the right turn signal, and the light blue is the left turn signal. So I'm gonna get them hooked up here pretty soon, probably tomorrow. But that's it installed. Everything's hooked up. Everything's on there. The dash, the bottom. Now I need to get rid of this ugly ass the steering wheel. Got my glove box working finally. So just put a couple little spacers in there. All the wiring's done. Everything's all wired up. I don't think I need to pull anything else apart. Besides, like I said, I just need to hook up them turn signal switches. Update on the rear end here. I got my new shocks. They're the same shocks. KYBs. I don't know if y'all remember. The reason I had to order new shocks was because with the lowering springs, before I had ordered these and they're for a G body, but not a lowered G body. So these fully extended are 22 and a half inches, I think. What you do to measure for shock length is you jack the car up, not using the rear end. Or, I mean, obviously you gotta jack the car up using the rear end, but you want to support the frame. Undo your shocks, and then you let the rear end drop. While the body's supported, you let the rear end suspension drop, and the point at which your springs come loose in the cups, so you could almost, you can wiggle them and pull them out. You don't want to quite go that far, but once the springs can actually wiggle, they don't have tension. Once they can wiggle, that's your full extended length from your shocks. So what I did was lowered the rear end until the springs were, I could wiggle them in the buckets, and then I measured from the shock mount location up top to the shock mount location on the bottom, and that was my full extended length, which was about 16 and a half, I think. It was 16 and a half inches. So I then had to, cross-reference shocks. I looked up shocks. I found a KYB specifications list, and then I just kind of looked at all the shocks that had a 16 and a half full extended length, and then I found these. I believe they're for a Porsche. I can't remember what exactly they were for. I think they were for a Porsche. So we're gonna see if they work out. All I know is now it works properly. When I jack the car up, on the frame, before the rear end would just keep dropping and dropping, the springs would fall out, then you'd have a whole fucking mess. Now you can jack the car up on the frame, and the rear end only falls down far enough and then the shocks won't let it drop any farther, as it's supposed to be. So now it's set up right. That was my own stupidity at the beginning, being gung-ho, trying to order shit without really figuring out what I needed to do. So, alright, creme de la creme here. Got my drive shaft in the other day. This is a Strange Engineering drive shaft. Real beefy sumbitch. I love this thing. It was worth every bit of the money I paid for it. So, focus here. So, this is the chromoly drive shaft with forged ends, and it's all TIG welded, as you can see from them pretty little welds there. Even came with the solid non-greasable Spicer U-joints. So these are the bad motherfuckers. This thing is from center U-joint to center U-joint. It's 50.5 inches. So that's my new length with the Turbo 400 and the Ford 8.8 rear end. That's my length. That's not saying that y'all's is going to be the same. That's just where mine is. Remember, I had to put the double adjustable lower control arms on the rear because the rear end sat too far back, so I moved it forward. So don't take my drive shaft as reference to yours. That's just how long mine was. If y'all, I mean, there's plenty of information to figure out how to measure this, and you can call these companies and they will tell you flat out how to measure it. But, you know, if y'all want to ask me, go for it. I did it. I already fit this thing. Fits perfect. Fits like a glove. I just got to press my U-joints onto this, on my yoke, my transmission yoke. And then it's getting kind of chilly all weekend, so I'm not going to be able to get to it, but then I need to get this painted. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this black. And then actually my dad gave me an idea. He said it's an old racer's trick. You paint it, and then you put like a straight line down it. You paint like, well, he said white, but you know me, I'm probably going to paint it blue or something to match something I got going on. But he said you paint a straight line down it, and then over time, you know, when you're launching and driving, you know, your drive shaft is going to twist. So he said once that line has made a full revolution, you need to get yourself a new drive shaft. So this thing was free shipping through Summit. I called Strange themselves, and they told me if Summit offers free shipping, order it through them, because they do not. They have the same prices, but they don't offer free shipping. So if anybody's interested, this is Strange Engineering, custom length chromoly with the forged ends, TIG welded. This was $335, I believe, and I had a 10% off, so it ended up being $301, I think, $301. So if you ask me, every bit of the damn money I paid for it. I love this thing. It's beautiful. So that's really all I got for going on for updates. I will give y'all a sneak peek of what I got going on. Oh shit, what's that? It's all tore apart. Got this taillight harness. We got some notes here. What's this? Oh man. Yeah, that videos are coming. I'm about to start hooking that shit up. All right, y'all.